Hi there, I'm Jenny Vanna, Media Services Director for the City of Des Plaines. We're here at the Self-Help Closet and Pantry at 769 Holiday Lane in Des Plaines, just about 2 miles from its previous location. On this edition of Des Plaines Connection, we're going to find out more about the vital services provided to our residents and check out their new facility. Let's get started. Well, I'm here now with Deborah Waluziak, the Executive Director of the Pantry, and I'm very excited to be here today and to tell everybody what's going on, the very exciting move and how you've been working through the pandemic and those kinds of things. So tell us first a little bit about the history of the Pantry, how it started so many years ago, and really how it's evolved to where we are today.
The Self-Help Closet and Pantry started in 1971. Which means that now in 2021, we're having our 50th anniversary, which is very exciting. But anyway, yes, we started in 1971 in the basement of the First Congregational Church of Des Plaines with a group of church women. We had a couple different homes before we ended up here. At one point, we were in the basement of the Salvation Army on West Dempster. And we were also in the basement of what was West School at the time. And then when that building was purchased by the Willows Academy, we had to find a different home. So we ended up at 600 East Algonquin, where we were there for almost 20 years.
So the city owned the building you were in previously, yes. And then they purchased this, and which led to the move. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit why you moved, and then the benefits of this new location.
Well, if you had ever been in our old location, you would know that we were very, very crowded. We were tripping over each other. We made it work, but it was tight. It was very tight. And so the biggest reason was to allow for more space so we could better serve the community. But also, we did not have on-site parking there. We used the church lot across the street. Again, we made it work. It wasn't ideal.
And then when the city found this property, it was a great fit. It had to be refurbished and redone to meet the needs of the self-help closet and pantry. So tell us about that, and it really relied a lot on volunteers.
What happened was, this was a former restaurant bar, and it looked like a restaurant bar. It had been vacant for several years, so you can imagine. And there actually was a big wooden bar right in the middle when you walked in. And then Alderman Colton Whalen stepped up, and he is associated with the electrical union, and he also had contacts within the different labor unions and was able to get in touch with the right people to have tradespeople step up, apprentices, and volunteer their time for a period where they just basically came in and worked really hard and made a lot of this possible.
So tell us about everything that kind of goes on here. You know, you're open on certain days and certain hours. How many people are you serving on a monthly basis or annual basis? I know, and the pandemic, and how has that impacted you?
We were busy before. We have become extremely busy during the pandemic, as you can imagine. When the pandemic started about a year ago, we switched to curbside food delivery. And we're still doing that. We're hoping that the day is coming, getting closer, when we can bring clients into the building, because that's really what it was designed for. And even since the nicer weather, we've been able to put some of the clothing outside. So we're not distributing clothing per se yet, because they're not coming into the building and trying anything on or whatever. But we have been able to move some of the clothing on racks outside on the nicer days.
And about how many people do you think you're serving, now or on average?
When the pandemic started, we had about 400 households registered with us. And a household can be anything from 1 person to 8 people, but we had about 400 households. And that number now has gone up to about 675 households. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's not to say they all come every month. They can come once a month. And we've had several people come over the last year since the pandemic who, I can't tell you, I started saving the cards, the letters that they would write saying, thank goodness for you and your volunteers. I didn't know where else to turn. I never knew there was a food pantry in Des Plaines. Never thought I'd be here. and on and on. And it was just very gratifying. So a lot of those people were maybe here once, twice, 3 times, and then maybe they got a stimulus check, or maybe their employer brought them back to work. So we have those kinds of clients that were here temporarily. And then we have new clients that registered with us and have been here ever since. And then we have our former clients. So it's kind of a mix. If you come to us and you're not from Des Plaines, we will still give you food on a one-time basis. It's considered kind of an emergency thing. And we would still take your ID, your identification. But yeah, in order to really register with us fully, you need to be a resident of Des Plaines or have kids enrolled in the District 62 207 Main West school system. Our hours are the same as they were before. We are here for clients on Tuesday afternoons from 12:30 to 3 and Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to noon. Our donor hours are Monday and Tuesday from 9 to 12 and Saturday from 9 to 10, or by appointment. If people can't get here, I know those are kind of limited hours, they're welcome to call and try and make special arrangements to drop off. We are hoping to expand our client hours to a 3rd day. That was one of the things we talked about before we even moved.
Oh, that's such good news to hear, and thank you for sharing all of that with us today. If people want to find out more, what is your website? And you're also on Facebook. How can they find out more?
Sure, our website is www.selfhelppantry.org, and we're also on Facebook. And we publish a quarterly newsletter, so if anybody wants to be added to our list, just let us know, and we'd be happy to do that. And if anybody wants a tour, individuals, 1 or 2 people at a time, if you want to come and see where we are, give us a call, mask up, and we can handle that.
Excellent. So very nice to see the new facility and to catch up with you. We really appreciate it, and the city wishes everybody much success in 2021.
Thank you very much, Jenny.
All right, thank you. And thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.